All right, let's talk about one of history's most fascinating partnerships, Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. This isn't just a story about a revolution. It's a story of loyalty, of war, and a single promise that stretched across 30 years. It's really the story of an unbreakable bond.
But before we get into all that, I've got a little trivia question for you. What do you think is the shortest speech in all of history? Seriously, take a second and guess. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably shorter.
So, the answer? It was a speech given at the United Nations. Get this. A guy walks up to the podium, says just 3 words, and walks off. I mean, can you even imagine the confidence? The swagger it takes to do that on a global stage? Well, that man was Che Guevara. And honestly, that little moment tells you almost everything you need to know about him.
But here's the thing about Che. You can't tell his story without telling someone else's. The two are completely intertwined. And to really get it, to understand how their destinies were locked together, we've got to go back to this one fateful meeting in Mexico City.
So, picture this. On one side, you've got Fidel Castro. He's a Cuban lawyer, an exiled revolutionary leader, and he has one single-minded goal: free Cuba. And that's it. On the other side, you've got Ernesto Guevara, who everyone would soon call Che. He's a doctor from Argentina, a fiery anti-imperialist, and his dream? It's way bigger. He wants to ignite a revolution across the entire globe. And these two very different guys meet in Mexico back in 1955 thanks to Fidel's brother, Raúl.
And apparently, they just hit it off immediately. They talked all through the night, and by the time the sun came up, they had a deal. Che was all in, but he had one condition, a huge one. He said, look, after we free Cuba, you have to let me go. I have to be free to go fight revolutions in other countries. And Fidel, he agreed. That one promise, made in that one night, would end up defining everything that came next for both of them, right up to the very end.
And Fidel's loyalty got put to the test, like, right away. Their whole group gets busted by the Mexican police. Now, most of them were let go, but Che, he's held back. Why? Because when they asked him, he proudly told them he was a communist. So he sends a message to Fidel, basically saying, hey, go on without me, start the revolution. But Castro, no way. He puts his entire revolution on hold. For 57 days, he waits in Mexico until Che's finally a free man.
Even Fidel's own guys were second-guessing this. They were warning him, saying, look, this Che guy has terrible asthma, he's going to slow us all down. But Castro's response was just absolute. Listen to this. He said, if Che has trouble, I will carry him on my back up the mountain. I mean, right there, you can see it. Their bond was already rock solid.
Okay, so with that loyalty cemented, they finally set out for Cuba. But they weren't exactly sailing towards a hero's welcome. What was waiting for them was, well, a total trial by fire.
I mean, they're landing in